Okay, so some of the basics of the Mac. So we're going to start with just looking at how you would open up an application on a Mac as opposed to a PC. The applications are all stored in what's called the Finder window. And the Finder window is basically just the folder structure in the Mac. So when you're in Finder, you're able to access stuff on your hard drive or in an external drive or somewhere on the network. So all the files that you need and the applications that you'll need to open up are located in this Finder window. Now, the Finder window can be accessed by using the toggle applications keys. So just like on a PC you have Control and Tab, on a Mac you have Command Tab, which will allow you to toggle or click on any of the available applications that are open at that time. Now the Finder is always there because it's not really an application as such, it's your operating system, and if you hit Command and Tab you'll always be able to find Finder. Now, once you have the Finder open, and you'll know it's open because at the top left-hand side of your interface, you'll always see whatever application is currently open. Now, if you click on Command and N for new Finder window, it will open up one of these windows here for you. Now from here you can go down to the applications folder if you want, and you can find all of the applications stored in here. So it's a little bit more straightforward on a Mac to get to an application, and you can see everything there is listed. So any application you need to open up, then you just double click on it in here. Now there is a shortcut. If you're in Finder and you don't have a window open, if you hit Command, Shift and A at the same time, it will open up the applications folder for you. So that's Command, Shift and A. Now the Command key is down there next to the space bar. It's CMD, and it's got a little I don't know what that little icon looks like, but that's the Command key anyway, just to the left of the space bar. Okay, so I'm going to open up just a simple application here. I'll just open up TextEdit because it opens up quickly, and like that the application is open. So when I want to work in this and then save it, I can just put in some text here, and I can go up to the usual File, Save or Save As, and I'm going to do a Save As, and it's going to ask me where I want to save it. Now this window is going to allow me to name it, and it's going to allow me to choose where I want the file to go. Now if you want a better view of your file directories on the system, click the little drop down arrow to the right hand side of the name, and you'll be able to see everything that you could see there in your Finder window. So I'm going to create a folder on my desktop, and I can find my desktop on the left hand side here under Places. Click Desktop, give it a name, Test Text Edit, and I could save it on my desktop there, but what I'll do is I'll create a new folder, clicking the New Folder button, and I'll call it Sample Files. Click Create, and now I can save that in there. Now on a Mac you also are able to hide applications just by hitting Command and H, and that will hide the application, and whatever other application is currently open behind it will come to the front. Now if I want to bring it back, I can do it in a number of ways, and probably the easiest way to do is just to hit that Command and Tab again, and then hit Tab a few times till I get to TextEdit and pop it open like that. Okay, so finding things is all done through the Finder, including your applications that you want to open. Now you can also drag applications down to this area at the bottom of the screen. This is your dock. This is like creating a series of shortcuts to applications that are currently installed. So at the moment you can see I've got Firefox, QuickTime, Photoshop, Excel, Word. These would be applications that would be used probably most commonly. But if I wanted to get an application, let's just say Text Wrangler, which is another text editor, and I want to have it always available down there, I'll just click and drag that down, and you'll see that the dock opens up, and that is now there. So if at any time now I want to open that application, I don't need to go up through the Finder, through the Applications folder. I can just click on the icon and the application will open. So the dock is a really handy place to store your most commonly used applications. Right, so I want to quit this application now, so I can go File, Text Wrangler, quit Text Wrangler. The shortcut, which you'll probably use more often, is Command and Q for quit. Okay, so Command and Q for quit, and I can open up TextEdit now, and I can Command and Q to quit that, and that is the application side of things. Now, if I want to create a folder without having an application open, I can right-click on the desktop, I can go New Folder, or regardless of where I am, I can hit the keys Command, Shift, and N, and that will automatically create a folder, and that the name will be highlighted, so I can just pop in a name, new test folder, hit return, and now I can start putting stuff in there. Okay. Now, there are one or two keys that you need to get used to. Now, I've made reference to this Command key. Now, the Command key, again, is the one to the left of the spacebar, and the Command key is going to generally be used in place of the Control key on a PC. Okay, so with a Word document, for example, if I were on a PC and I wanted to quickly copy this text, I would hit Control and C. On a Mac, I hit Command and C, and then if I want to paste it, I'll hit Command and V. So it is just pretty much swapping over. Most or all of what you would do with a Control key on a PC is done with a Command key on a Mac. Okay. Now, the other thing that you might find on a Mac is that you don't always have the access to a right-click functionality. So right-click is where you need to pull up menus and things like that on a file, or for various reasons, depending on what application you're in. Now, Macs do allow for right-click. Now, the mouse I'm currently using with this Mac has a right-click on it. But laptops, for example, don't always have right-click. And if you don't have right-click on a Mac, just use Control-click. So Control held down and clicking will bring up a menu just as right-click will. So a lot of the time you'll find you do have a right-click mouse, or you do have the ability to use right-click on a Mac, but if you don't, for some reason, Control-click is the traditional Mac way of bringing up those menus. So right-click is Control-click, and then Control is Command, essentially. So I'm going to quit this. I'm not going to save it. And the last thing I look at is how do you get out of the system when you're on a Mac. So you need to log out when you're finished on these machines. So you go up to the Apple and down to log out, or you can use the shortcuts. You can see it there, Shift, Command and Q. Shift, Command and Q will ask you if you do want to log out, and I can't cancel that because I don't, but that is how you would go about doing it. So at first glance it might seem alien, it might seem a little bit trickier to use than a PC, but what you'll find over time is that Macs, the one thing that a Mac has over a PC is it's easier to use, and it should take you a very small time to learn the system, and once you do, it's much faster to get around. You don't have to go through the start menu to do everything, and it's a little bit more intuitive, but maybe I'm biased.